All right, very important day now. Well, as an independent, I vote for who makes sense of all the nonsense, and Donald Trump simply makes no sense. Now, this is my opinion, and that's not Univision's. I just needed to state that at the beginning. With that said, I don't like preaching to you. I like you to make your own educated decision. So let's educate and get ready to vote this November. We have a very special and important election, our presidential election 2016 in November. I'm very happy and extremely honored to welcome Hillary Clinton on the show. Good morning. Buenos dias, Madam Secretary.
How are you today?
How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Great to have you on. I'm very happy and extremely honored to welcome Hillary Clinton on the show. Good morning, Madam Secretary. Buenos dias.
Well, buenos dias, and it's great to talk with you and to all of your listeners, not only in Florida, but around the country.
Absolutely. We're all very, very excited. There's a lot to cover, and I want to cover as much as I can, and I know you have a very busy day, so let's get right to it. First of all, I'm very happy for you and the family. Congratulations. Felicidades on your second grandchild, baby Aiden, that was born this weekend. Now,
thank you. We are so excited, Enrique. It's just another great blessing that we have.
Now, who babysits for Chelsea and Mark when abuela is Hillary Clinton?
You know, Bill and I, we volunteer all the time and go out of our way to fix our schedules so that if we are even nearby, we try to get there. So we are first in line to volunteer.
That's awesome. Listen, I loved your much-needed words to the LGBT community in the aftermath of the Orlando massacre. As a grandmother of two now witnessing acts of terror inflicted on innocent citizens here at home on U.S. soil, such as Orlando at the Pulse nightclub. Many fear that this will become the norm in America. How do you respond, Madam Secretary?
We just cannot let that happen, Enrique. And I know very well, because I've been talking to so many people, that the Orlando Hispanic and LGBT communities were particularly affected by this horrible tragedy, but that people, not just throughout Florida, but indeed across our country and even across the world, were also affected. And I want everybody to know that I intend to be the president for all of our people. That means everybody. And to recognize that the Orlando attack was not only an act of terror, but also an act of hate against our LGBT community. So I'm going to treat it as such. It is both a terror attack, and we have to do more to stop terrorists and keep guns out of the hands of terrorists and out of the hands of anyone who shouldn't have them. But it was also an attack on the LGBT community, and we've got to really come together to support each other.
Without doubt. The Senate just rejected just last night these proposals to prevent another massacre like the one that we saw in Orlando. And the FBI has over 1,000 active investigations into homegrown violent extremists nationwide, at least one in every state. How would you address this? How would you address this growing and urgent concern?
I am so disappointed that the Republicans once again blocked common sense gun safety reform, both to make sure anyone on the terrorist watch list could not buy a gun. If you're too dangerous to fly, you are too dangerous to buy a gun in America. And also they blocked expanding comprehensive background checks so we can take into account any information that would recommend against letting someone who is a felon, a fugitive, a stalker, domestic violence, dangerous mental illness, or a terrorist be able to buy a gun. So as president, I'm going to do everything I can with executive action to keep guns out of those hands. And I'm going to go back and push hard on the Congress. Indeed, I think if we elect more Democrats to the Senate, like electing a Democrat to join Senator Bill Nelson, who was very eloquent on the floor of the Senate against the danger of guns. If we elect another Democrat from Florida, we get closer to having a Senate that will actually stand up and protect the people of our country.
But what could be done actually to bring true meaningful change? I mean, is it as simple as just labeling our enemies as radical Islamists and shutting down our borders and building a wall as part of our immigration policy, as Trump suggests?
Absolutely not. That is not going to make us safer. I keep saying Donald Trump's idea of building a wall is not going to keep the internet out. And one of the things that we have to deal with is how the radical jihadists are able to affect and direct attacks, radicalize people right here in the United States. So, number one, we've got to keep going after them in the territory they hold in places like Syria and Iraq. Mm-hmm. Number two, we have to go after them online and cut off their flow of foreign fighters and weapons and money. And that is something I've been talking about for some time. We've got to work with our great tech companies and really, make it impossible for them to have as much influence on the internet as they do. And we've got to do more to protect our people here at home. And that means better coordination with law enforcement. It means when the FBI investigates somebody 3 times for terrorism, local law enforcement knows that. They need to keep an eye on this person.
Absolutely.
And as I said previously, that person should not be able to walk into a gun shop or a gun show or go online in Florida or anywhere and buy the weapons that he used to murder 49 innocent people. So I'm passionate about this, Enrique, and I'm going to do everything I can, push as hard as possible, work not only for executive action, getting more resources to our law enforcement at all levels, doing a better job coordinating our intelligence, but going back at the Congress time and time again until they take action to protect our people.
True. Now, with that said, and just a simple yes or no, Donald Trump suggests that you want to abolish the Second Amendment and take away everyone's guns. Does Hillary Clinton truly want to do that?
No, this is another one of Donald Trumpisms, where he makes things up and he waves his arms and he, says these outrageous things. That's absolutely untrue. In fact, I have been very clear. We can't protect people with common sense gun safety reforms consistent with the Second Amendment. Everything I have proposed is actually supported not only by a majority of Americans, but a majority of gun owners. Gun owners who are responsible, they don't want these guns in the hands of terrorists or mentally ill people.
Right.
That's not why they collect them or why they enjoy shooting or hunting. That has nothing to do with responsible gun ownership.
As a matter of fact, I think it's irresponsible to lead people to think that way, that you are against the Second Amendment, and you have never said that. Now, with that said, also, my friend, former Miss Universe 1996, Alicia Machado, says that Donald Trump bullied her and called her Miss Piggy during the competition. She's actively campaigning against him. What would you tell her?
Well, first of all, I would tell her, thank you for being so courageous to stand up not only for yourself, but for the truth, for your experience with this man, and for making it clear this kind of behavior is absolutely unacceptable. Donald Trump has gone after, as you know so well, immigrants, Muslims, people with disabilities, African Americans, and most particularly women. He has been offensive and disrespectful, and I think this is one more example. A woman who is so beautiful, so talented, does not have a lot to gain from being so outspoken. In fact, she, I'm sure, is reaping the attacks on the internet from a lot of, Trump supporters. But I want to applaud her. I'd be honored to appear with her. I'd be honored to campaign with her because she is doing a very brave act, standing up and speaking out against this man.
Well, next time you're in Miami, I'd like to invite you here physically on the show to have you here together with Alicia Machado. I know you're busy. Before my last question, I hear you're making a major speech later today concerning the consequences of a Trump presidency on our national economy. Our economy will be better in Hillary Clinton's hands. Why?
Well, first of all, because the economy does better. We have a Democrat in the White House. That's number one. But number two, because I have looked at what has worked. When my husband was president, 23 million new jobs, a rise in income for everyone. That's the kind of economic policy that's actually going to make a difference for the Latino community and for every American. And today and tomorrow, I will be outlining what is wrong with Trump's plans, which really don't deserve to be called plans. They are, kind of bizarre rants, and his own record, which shows he should not be entrusted with our economy. And I will be laying out how we could create more good jobs with infrastructure spending, advanced manufacturing, clean renewable energy to combat climate change, how we can make the economy fairer by raising the national minimum wage, making sure women get equal pay, and helping people balance family and work, more paid sick days, more paid vacation days, paid family leave, more predictable schedules. I'm very excited about what we can do, and of course that includes comprehensive immigration reform, which today I will point out is not only the right thing to do for the 11 million immigrants in our country without documents, but it is good for our economy. So I am very hopeful that I will have the support of Latinos across America, because I've got a long history of working on behalf of immigrants and migrants, and why I have such strong support from Latinos, because I am going to get comprehensive immigration reform finally accomplished.
In closing, Madam Secretary, we all know that politics are polarizing and have become much like sports, in my opinion. By default, you're expected to root for your team, and if you don't, you're considered a traitor. This sort of mentality, in my opinion, breeds intolerance for the other side's viewpoints and credentials. Even in my own family, I got to tell you, my father's voting for Trump because he says that he can't trust you. My mother says you're a crook, and my brother says you should go to jail. What would you say to them? They're listening right now, and others like them. How would you convince them to sit on your side of the field? Why is Hillary Clinton the right choice for America?
Well, number one, I would ask them not to be listening to the negative attacks that have been relentless against me. In fact, go back and look when I was Secretary of State. I was highly approved. 66% of Americans approved. They trusted me. They counted on me when I was a senator from New York. After serving the people, I was reelected with 67% of the vote. Just now in the New York primary, I won by 16 points. People who know me don't pay attention to the kind of ridiculous, untrue attacks that are in the media against me, that come out of, Donald Trump and other Republicans. Look at what I have done. Look at the record that I have. Look at how the people who know me, President Obama and I ran a hard race against me. He turned around and appointed me Secretary of State because he knew he could trust me. I have a track record for helping people, creating health care programs, education opportunities, treating people with respect. So I can only hope that they will turn off the, constant barrage of negative commentary and actually look at the facts. And if they do, I'm very confident that they too will count on me, will trust me to work for them, not play games, not make outrageous comments, not to engage in, attacks and personal kinds of assaults on people from this universe to me. But they will know that I am the person who will represent every American.
Madam Secretary, thank you so very much for your time. We'll be paying close attention to your announcement today on the economy. Muchas gracias, Hillary Clinton. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sweetheart. We'll see you soon. Love ya.
Okay, Enrique. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.